Hello everyone! Today we are going to take a closer look at my Laguiole knife. The Laguiole is a traditional knife from France and strongly rooted in French culture. And to some degree the Laguiole knife has become a French icon. Maybe not as popular and well known as the Eiffel Tower or Brigitte Bardot, but probably as popular as Bordeaux wine or Roquefort cheese. Today the Laguiole represents a certain lifestyle. It has the image of a French luxury product, and so it is no surprise at all that this knife has become a trendy collector's item. Personally, when I see a Laguiole knife, I always have to think of a picnic with red wine, cheese and baguette, the typical French bread. The name Laguiole comes from a small village in France. What area of France are we talking about? Let's take a look at Google Maps. Here is a map of France. Please note the red marker in the south of France. That's where the village Laguiole is located. And when we zoom in, we can see that this is a very rural area. And indeed, for centuries, this region has been an area of farmers, cattlemen and shepherds. And in the very beginning, this knife was not a luxury item, it was a simple shepherd's tool. There is still one characteristic feature that can be traced back to this origin. I'm talking about the shepherd's cross or the shepherd's rosary. I hope the camera can catch this. There are several pins in a cross formation. The shepherds had to stay with their flock all the time and didn't have time to go to church. What they did was to stick the knife upright on a loaf of bread and pray with it. There are many theories and legends on the origin of the Laguiole knife. I don't want to bore you with too much history. In summary, it can be said that the Laguiole knife is a mixture of a local fixed blade knife and the Spanish Navaja switchblade. The classic Laguiole style knife, which we all know today, was born in 1829. Let's take a look at some other characteristic features. The handle shape is said to resemble the shape of a woman's leg. The handle itself is made out of 2 plates and 4 bolsters, 2 on each side. The materials used for the plates and bolsters are usually brass or stainless steel. As you can see, the bolsters of my Laguiole are highly polished stainless steel. The materials first used for the handle scales were bone or horn because they were the sturdiest materials at the time. Nowadays, a wide range of European and exotic woods have become an alternative to the horn handles. Sometimes even fossilized mammoth ivory is used. The wood used here is snake wood, or as the French say, bois d'amourette. Now for the spring. The spring and the fly of a high-quality Laguiole knife are forged as one piece of metal. The inferior Laguiole knives have the fly welded onto the spring. There are several theories on the fly. Some say it's a horsefly, some say it's a bee. The bee has always been a symbol of immortality and resurrection and has been used as an emblem by emperors and kings. Legend has it that the bee was granted by Napoleon in recognition of the courage of local soldiers from the Laguiole region. Anyway, traditionally the spring is decorated with hand engravings. This filework can be extremely detailed. The blade itself has a thin, elegant shape and is also made of stainless steel. Nowadays, the Swedish Sandvik steel 12C27 is usually used. My Laguiole is from one of the most renowned manufacturers, Laguiole en Aubrac, as you can read here on the blade. If you buy a high-quality Laguiole knife from a traditional manufacturer, the knife is crafted from start to finish by a single cutler. And each cutler signs the knife with his individual engraving on the blade's spine as you can see here. I got this card along with my Laguiole, and it shows the different engravings and the names of the craftsmen. My Laguiole was made by Alain. Now for the art of closing a Laguiole knife, you usually do it like this. You grab the handle with one hand and then you push down the blade with the other hand until it stops halfway. And then you close the knife very gently because you don't want the blade hit the spring. There is even a French proverb that says, "Silent spring will live longer." I could go on and on with historic facts, stories and anecdotes around the Laguiole knife. It's really a fascinating and rich tradition. Finally, let me point out that Laguiole is not a protected name, it's not a registered trademark or brand, and there is no company in the world which owns the rights to the name Laguiole. The result is that there are vast quantities of Laguiole branded knives on the market today. Most of them are produced in China and Pakistan. A lot of Laguiole knives are still made in France, although not always in the original region around the village Laguiole. If you want a high-quality traditional Laguiole knife, you should look for knives from established, renowned companies like Laguiole en Aubrac, like this one here, Forge de Laguiole or Fontenil-Pateau. But be aware that hand-built Laguioles are not inexpensive, however the quality of craftsmanship is worth the price. I hope you found this interesting. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.